Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get.
All right, Remmi, I thank you for being here today.
No problem.
You are a celebrity chef, a guru, kind of a big deal. Your product is in Whole Foods, as we can see here. What is this now? What is this?
That's my Italian salad dressing.
Italian salad dressing. It's in Whole Foods. You are a what's your title with Sodexo? What are you now?
I'm the student ambassador for health and nutrition.
A student ambassador, and in my mind, she's sort of a big deal. So now we're going to talk about today how your success is ultimately determined by the size of your why. Mm-hmm. Your why, as in why are you doing it? And there's a best-selling author by the name of Simon Sinek, and he says that he wrote a book that's called How Great Leaders Inspire Everyone. And he says all organizations start with why, but only the great ones keep their why clear year after year. What he's talking about is companies like Apple. They want to think different. They want to make beautifully designed, great products. Mm-hmm. Companies like Mercedes offer uncompromising high quality. Whole Foods tries to provide a nutritious, healthy food. And it seems like the companies that we love stay on their purpose, but over time people drift. So I want to ask you, why are you in business?
The main purpose of my business is to eliminate the childhood obesity epidemic and to at least reduce the childhood hunger.
So you want to eliminate the child obesity epidemic,
yes,
and to eliminate the child hunger, mm-hmm, both sides of the spectrum.
Yep.
And Harvey Mackey, though, one of America's most successful business coaches and writers, he writes, all goes so far as to proclaim that the most important question you can train your employees to ask is why. He goes on to explain that when people really know why they're doing something, they become massively more productive. Specifically, where do you see yourself in 5 years and why?
I mean, I'm not really quite sure what the future holds for me, but in 5 years, I'd probably say I'd have another cookbook out.
Yep.
At least one. And then I want to have my own like cookware, like a bunch of colorful plates and pots. So I'll probably ask like a manufacturer to do something like that. And then also I want to, well, maybe probably have a culinary degree, at least a half culinary degree.
Now, what? I mean, let's get real with it here. What? You want to help kids who are obese, and you want to help kids that are starving and need food. Why, though?
Well, just because a lot of entrepreneurs, the reason they do something is because it's either it's a problem that they want to fix. So this is the problem for me. This is a big issue, not just really in America, but like in a lot of other places too. Like childhood hunger is like really bad. And so I just want to help people.
How does that impact you, though? Like if it's 2 a.m. and you have to prep for an interview in the morning, or you're, let's say you're up early and you haven't slept a lot, or yesterday I know you were working at Whole Foods and doing a promotional event. When you have a big, busy schedule, do you stop and think about how you're doing this to help kids? Is that what keeps you going? Or
That's the mindset I have to have, or else I sort of lose. I mean, I love to cook, but like that, I sort of lose the passion though of helping others, because my business is really more built on helping. So I mean, if I lose like the reason why I'm doing it, then I lose the passion of it, and then
your passion's your big fuel.
Yeah.
So you always go back to that. So just an action step I think anybody here can do is if you can write down a description of where you want to be specifically 5 years from now and why in these 5 areas: spirit, mind, body, relationships, and finances. If you'll write down where you want to be 5 years from now and why, and if you'll really commit to answering that question, I can promise you it'll absolutely change your life. Because if you know why you're doing something every day, like if you know exactly what you're doing every day, it's exciting. And I know for Thrive, as we've been building this thing, I mean, not exaggerating, I literally wake up every day right now at about 3 in the morning. And I work on legal agreements. I work on booking different celebrities. I work on hiring people, technology limiters. And I work from like 3 until 9 before I even see a human, just doing that stuff. And then from 9 to 5, it's organizing it. But I'm doing it because I know that people like you watching this have never had real mentorship available where you can interview millionaires and mentors and everyday success stories. There's never been something like that before. And I know that for me, I would still be poor if I hadn't had a mentor come alongside me and tell me that I could do it and show me how to do it. And so that's what drives me every single day is that. And what's driving you every day is this desire to help out kids that you don't even know. I mean, that's so exciting that you want to do that. So are you motivated to become successful, or are you motivated to help out kids, or both?
Both. I mean, I think I'm successful when I help out the kids. That's what my success is.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's say this here. Helen Keller, the famous deaf, blind, and mute author, let's not jump over that real quick. Deaf, blind, and mute. That's a lot of adversity. And she defined the path to true happiness as true happiness is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose, like a commitment to a worthy purpose. Mm-hmm. Remmi, it'd be a lot easier if you just went out and got a typical teenage job. Mm-hmm. Say you went and worked at a Sonic restaurant or Burger King. I know my first job was at the Norseman in Cokato, mm-hmm. Minnesota. And I remember not wanting to work there, washing dishes. Why don't you just go out and do something normal?
Well, I mean, I'm not a normal kid by now. So I mean, I don't think I can go back from like so much, all the work and effort and just everything I put into my business. I can't really turn my back on it.
I heard it said like this one time, that the platform that you ultimately build or get to stand on as an entrepreneur, you have to build it with hours and hours of free labor. Mm-hmm. So if you're standing today on this platform as Chef Remmi, you've had to build that platform up with, this is probably, if you were standing on this, imagine you were filling this up with hours of free unpaid labor. Mm-hmm. How many hours of unpaid work have you put into building your brand before you received a dime? Hundreds?
Well, probably at least 100.
Before you were paid anything? Mm-hmm. And that's typical. I just want to make sure everybody sees that. So there's a lot of people who are saying, I want to give you an example. One of my friends from college, his name is Ryan Tedder. He's the front man for One Republic. And Ryan worked for almost a decade without being really paid as a musician. I think he was working at a retail job and then interning for free. He took every dime he had, put it into his career, moved out to Nashville. Then he moved to LA, just working every hour of the day he could at other side jobs to afford studio time and gear. And then he became an overnight success after nearly a decade. Mm-hmm. And how many years have you been building your brand?
I would say about 5 years.
You've been building it for 5 years. Now, when did you get into Whole Foods? When did that happen?
I'd like to say 2011.
Okay, so really about 3 years before you were able to get into Whole Foods. Maybe you worked on it for 2 or 3 years before you got into Whole Foods. Yeah. And I don't want to get caught up on the specific dates as much as the point is you worked a lot, put a lot of effort into it before you were paid anything. So it's not because you're lucky, it's because you're working hard there. Now, Brian Tracy, one of the world's most successful self-help authors, has repeatedly said over the years that all successful people, men and women and young ladies, are big dreamers. They imagine what their future could be, ideal in every respect. Then they work every day towards that distant vision, that goal or purpose. Remmi, what is your dream for kids and adults alike as it relates to their eating habits and their access to food?
I want people to have an economical source of healthy food, and I want it to be like something that they can easily access. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want it to be like, I just want them to be able to do it, and be able to have the resources they need to live a healthy lifestyle.
Well, Martin Luther King Jr., he once famously wrote, he says, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." He's a famous civil rights leader. But I know that it seems like every kid, if you go in to ask, I speak a lot at schools, but you'll ask a 12-year-old, what do you want to do when you grow up? And the kid will say, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a ninja. I want to be a chef. I want to be a firefighter. I want to own my own business. And then when you interview the same group of people 20 years later, now they're 32. What do you want to do? I just hope to retire someday. And I feel like that they lose that desire to do something big. And what Martin Luther King was saying here is once we become silent about things that matter, once we stop putting our dreams out there, do you feel like that for you that with living with your goals out front is exciting, or is it kind of scary? Or
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, I put it up there and I know what I want to do. So I mean, I have to work towards it to get what I want to be. I mean, I'm like probably a quarter of the way there. I still have a lot of work to do, and I have so much to look forward to. I mean, it's a bit scary because like you always have that little voice in your head that's like, oh, you won't get there, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then you always have to have the other voice, like the little devil and the little angel on your shoulder. You always have to have that voice that says, you can do it, now just keep going.
Little devil on the shoulder, little angel on the shoulder. And you have to kind of, in your head, battle that out. In your mind, why do most people not believe that they too can be something special? Why do most people believe that they cannot do, you watch TV and they say, oh my gosh, that's Remmi, woo! Or people usually go to my speaking events and boo. But the idea is like, hey, this guy, one guy came up to me and he says, I know you are Entrepreneur of the Year. It seems like you have a Midas touch, but I could never do that. And I can tell you I took algebra 3 times, so you can do it. But why do you feel like most people don't think they can do it?
I mean, it's just there's like people that are very successful and they've gotten there. And then like you have the people that want to be them. But like you can do it. Like the issue is that they don't, like it's all your mindset that you can't think you do it. I mean, if you really put your mind to it, you can do it. Because I mean, I think they don't really think they can because like they think themselves, they're like mediocre compared to like they're amateurs.
They feel like that.
Yeah, they feel like they're so small compared to these people who, but the thing is those people were once them. Like they didn't just like overnight, they didn't get where they are. They had to work, and so you have to work to get it.
Now, it seems like that if I own a business right now, I know a lot of business owners who've lost the passion. They started the gift store because they used to be passionate about gifts. They started the photography company because they used to be passionate about photography. And they kind of lost that. One thing I would encourage you to do as far as some action steps that we can all do is if you'll make a list of 5 things that matter most to you and begin to kind of share your why, and basically share that why with others, and to figure out how to align your business with things you're passionate about, you'll get passionate again. And let's give you one example. I know of a guy, he's on the East Coast, and he has a mortgage company. And he was telling me he was going through kind of a depression almost. Like he says, I'm just not motivated. I'm not pumped anymore. I've made a lot of money. And I said, well, what if every time you sold a mortgage to somebody, you donated to your favorite cause? Well, all of a sudden, this guy is pumped up because he has a bunch of things that he's always wanted to give money to, but he's always thought, well, someday I'll do it. But now he has it where every time he sells a mortgage, he gives a pretty decent amount of money to a charity he's into. And he's reignited his passion. So I think it's important that we can all just write down 5 things we're passionate about and try to align it with our business to see if that can get us out of that funk a little bit. And then I would place it on your mirror where you can see it every day. Do you put the childhood obesity causes and those sorts of things somewhere where you can see it? I mean, do you have these goals on your mirror, or do you have any trick you do to kind of make it real for you?
Well, I have like a No Kid Hungry thing, and I also have like a little cook time with Remmi thing. So that's just like, it focuses me on that really. It's like the whole No Kid Hungry thing. Whenever I see that, I want to like eliminate that. I want to, like, it's not that I want to get rid of the organization because like it's good, but I want to get rid of the kid hungry part.
You want to fix that?
Yes.
Now, it seems as though when you do put your goals up front and your why up front, and you know every day why you're doing it, you'll become exponentially more motivated. And that's kind of the trick, is keeping yourself motivated, because you kind of run your business off of passion. I mean, you need that fuel to keep you going. Now, if I'm watching this and I really feel like I don't even know where to start when it comes to determining my why, would there be any advice you would give me? Like, if I don't know why, I mean, if I've kind of lost that loving feeling about my business, is there any tip you might give me for how you could discover a why?
Well, I think, like, if you think of the original reason why you started, I mean, there has to be a reason why you did something. So, I mean, just think of that reason, and then I think you will, like, get more passionate. And then also, you can also fuel your passion by just doing more to, like, towards your goal.
Now, I think that the one thing that's important if you own a business is that you have to have this idea that keeps you up, that wakes you up early. Like, you wake up early with that why in your head. And then you go to bed. Do you ever have a hard time sleeping because you're so passionate about something you're doing?
Yeah.
Do you wake up early sometimes just like ready to go? And I think you know if you found your why, if it keeps you up late and wakes you up early thinking about it. And I think that's how you know if you have it. And I think that's the big test, is if right now if you're going, I don't know if I have the right why. Well, I'm telling you, if it doesn't keep you up late at night and you don't wake up early thinking about it, it's probably not the right thing there for you. Now, final question I have here for you. If I'm watching this today and I am working at a job that I'm not really excited about, or maybe I'm in a funk, I'm in a little bit of a rut, and I feel like I can't do it, could you maybe, I mean, do you think anybody can become a successful entrepreneur in your mind?
Yes. If they think they can, then they can. But, like, I can tell you that I think anyone can do it, but it's more about their mindset.
And I will tell you, having spent time with Remmi over the past few months, and not as much time as I would love to have spent, but I've been trying to Google you, and it's interesting. But you've been asked to come speak at Google as part of a Google Talks. Your products are in Whole Foods. You're endorsed by Sodexo, the big national catering company. You have all these great things going on, but I feel like you haven't lost touch with who you are. And you still want to give back, and that's what gets you going, right? That's what keeps you fired up. And I think as long as you stay tapped into that original why, like you said, that's what's going to keep you connected there. So, well, hey, Remmi, I appreciate you coming today and letting us talk to you about your why and helping mentor people that are in need of that sort of thing. And I can't say enough how impressed I am with what you've done. And I think you said you're about a quarter of the way there, maybe. I'm going to say you're about 10% of the way there, because I know that you're going to be doing world-changing things, and I'm so excited for you. Thank you.
JT, do you know what time it is?
4:10.
It's Tebow time in Tulsa, Jerusalem, baby. Tim Tebow is coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. We've been doing business conferences here since 2005. I've been hosting business conferences since 2005. What year were you born?
1995.
Dude, I've been hosting business conferences since you were 10 years old, but I've never had the two-time Heisman Award-winning Tim Tebow come present. And a lot of people, have followed Tim Tebow's football career on the field and off the field. And off the field, the guy's been just as successful as he has been on the field. Now, the big question is, JT, how does he do it?
Well, they're going to have to come and find out, because I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, Tim Tebow's going to teach us how he organizes his day, how he organizes his life, how he's proactive with his faith, his family, his finances. He's going to walk us through his mindset that he brings into the gym, into business. It is going to be a blasty blast in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Also, this is the first Thrive Time Show event that we've had where we're going to have a man who has built a $100 million net worth.
Wow.
Who'll be presenting. Now, we've had a couple presenters that have had $1 billion net worth in some like real estate sort of things.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've had a guy who's built a service business, and he's built over $100 million net worth in the service business. It's the yacht driving, multi-state living guru of franchising. Peter Taunton will be in the house. This is the founder of Snap Fitness, the guy behind 9 Round Boxing. He's going to be here in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. JT, why should everybody want to hear what Peter Taunton has to say?
Oh, because he's incredible. He's just a fountain of knowledge. He is awesome. He is inspired me listening to him talk. And not only that, he also has, he practices what he teaches. So he's a real teacher. He's not a fake teacher like business school teachers. So you got to come learn from him.
Also, let me tell you this, folks. I don't want to get this wrong, because if I get it wrong, someone's going to say, you screwed that up, buddy. So Michael Levine, this is Michael Levine. He's going to be coming. You say, who's Michael Levine? I don't want to get this wrong. This is the PR consultant of choice for Michael Jackson, for Prince, for Nike, for Charlton Heston, for Nancy Kerrigan, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times best-selling authors he's represented, including pretty much everybody you know who's been a super celebrity. This is Michael Levine, a good friend of mine. He's going to come and talk to you about personal branding and the mindset needed to be super successful. The lineup will continue to grow. We have hit Christian recording artist Colton Dixon in the house. Now, people say, Colton Dixon's in the house? Yes, Colton Dixon's in the house. So if you like top 40 Christian music, Colton Dixon's going to be in the house performing. The lineup will continue to grow each and every day. We're going to add more and more speakers to this all-star lineup. But I encourage everybody out there today, get those tickets today. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. And some people might be saying, well, how do I do it? What do I do? How does it work? You just go to thrivetimeshow.com. Let's go there now. We're feeling the flow. We're going to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, you just go to thrivetimeshow.com. You click on the business conferences button, and you click on the request tickets button right there. The way I do our conferences is we tell people it's $250 to get a ticket.
Yep.
Or whatever price that you can afford. And the reason why I do that is I grew up without money. JT, you're in the process of building a super successful company. Did you start out with $1 million in the bank account?
No, I did not. Nope, did not get any loans, nothing like that. Did not get an inheritance from parents or anything like that. I had to work for it, and I'm super grateful. I came to a business conference. That's actually how I met you, met Peter Taunton. I met all these people.
So if you're out there today and you want to come to our workshop, again, you just got to go to thrivetimeshow.com. You might say, well, when's it going to be? June 27th and 28th. You might say, well, who's speaking? We already covered that. You might say, where's it going to be? It's going to be in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma. So it says Tulsa, Jerusalem. I'm really trying to rebrand Tulsa as Tulsa, Jerusalem, sort of like the Jerusalem of America. But if you type in Thrive Time Show and Jinx, you can get a sneak peek or a look at our office facility. This is what it looks like. This is where you're headed. It's going to be a blasty blast. You can look inside, see the facility. We're going to have hundreds of entrepreneurs here. It is going to be packed. Now, for this particular event, folks, the seating is always limited because my facility isn't a limitless convention center. You're coming to my actual home office, and so it's going to be packed. So when? June 27th and 28th. Who? You're going to come. Who? You? I'm talking to you. You can just get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. And again, you can name your price. We tell people it's $250 or whatever price you can afford. And we do have some select VIP tickets, which gives you an access to meet some of the speakers and those sorts of things. And those tickets are $500. It's a 2-day interactive business workshop, over 20 hours of business training. We're going to give you a copy of my newest book, The Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich. You're going to leave with a workbook. You're going to leave with everything you need to know to start and grow a super successful company. It's practical, it's actionable, and it's Tebow time right here in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Get those tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hello, I'm Michael Levine, and I'm talking to you right now from the center of Hollywood, California, where I have represented over the last 35 years 58 Academy Award winners, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times bestsellers. I've represented a lot of major stars, and I've worked with a lot of major companies. And I think I've learned a few things about what makes them work and what makes them not work. Now, why would a man living in Hollywood, California, in the beautiful sunny weather of LA, come to Tulsa? Because last year I did it, and it was damn exciting. Clay Clark has put together an exceptional presentation, really life-changing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then. I'm Michael Levine. I'll see you in Tulsa.
James, did I tell you my good friend John Lee Dumas is also joining us at the in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show Business Workshop? That Tim Tebow and that Michael Levine will be at. Have I told you this?
You have not told me that.
Oh, he's coming all the way from Puerto Rico. This is John Lee Dumas, the host of the chart-topping EOFire.com podcast. He's absolutely a living legend. This guy started a podcast after wrapping up his service in the United States military, and he started recording this podcast daily in his home.
to the point where he started interviewing big-time folks like Gary Vaynerchuk, like Tony Robbins, and he just kept interviewing bigger and bigger names, putting out shows day after day. And now he is the legendary host of the EO Fire podcast, and he's traveling all the way from Puerto Rico to Tulsa, Oklahoma to attend the in-person June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshop. If you're out there today, folks, you've ever wanted to grow a podcast, a broadcast, you want to improve your marketing, if you've ever wanted to improve your marketing, your branding, if you've ever wanted to increase your sales, you want to come to the 2-day interactive June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show Business Workshop featuring Tim Tebow, Michael Levine, John Lee Dumas, and countless big-time, super successful entrepreneurs. It's going to be life-changing. Get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. James, what website is that?
thrivetimeshow.com.
James, one more time with more enthusiasm.
thrivetimeshow.com.
Shine, everything rides on tonight. Even if I got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it. I'm not to be played with because it could get dangerous. See these people I ride with. This moment, we own it.
Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.
I learned at the Academy in Kings Point in New York. Acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Whoa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show. Today I'm broadcasting from Phoenix, Arizona, not Scottsdale, Arizona. They're close, but they're completely different worlds. And we have a special guest today. Definition of intelligence is if you agree with me, you're intelligent. And so this gentleman is very intelligent. I've done his show before also, but very seldom do you find somebody who lines up on all counts. And it's a Mr. Clay Clark. He's a friend of a good friend, Eric Trump. But we're also talking about money, bricks, and how screwed up the world can get in a few and a half hour. So Clay Clark is a very intelligent man, and there's so many ways we could take this thing. But I thought, since you and Eric are close, Trump, what were you saying about what Trump can't, what Donald, who's my age, and I can say or cannot say?
Well, first of all, I have to honor you, sir. I want to show you what I did to one of your books here. There's a guy by the name of Jeremy Thorne, who was my boss at the time. I was 19 years old, working at Faith Highway. I had a job at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV. And he said, "Have you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad?" And I said, "No." And my father, may he rest in peace, he didn't know these financial principles. So I started reading all of your books and really devouring your books. And I went from being an employee to self-employed, to the business owner, to the investor. And I owe a lot of that to you. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you, thank you so much for allowing me to achieve success. And then I'll tell you all about Eric Trump. But I just want to tell you, thank you, sir, for changing my life.
But not only that, Clay, thank you, but you become an influencer. More than anything else, you've evolved into an influencer where your word has more and more power. So that's why I congratulate you on becoming. Because as you know, there's a lot of fake influencers out there too, or bad influencers.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad you and I agree so much, and thanks for reading my books.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thrill for me today. Not a thrill, but recognition is when people, young men especially, come up and say, "I read your book, changed my life. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this."
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Whoa! Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I went to a small private liberal arts college and got a degree in business, and I didn't learn anything like they're teaching here. I didn't learn linear workflows. I learned stuff that I am not using, and I haven't been using for the last 9 years. So what they're teaching here is actually way better than what I got at business school. And I went what was actually ranked as a very good business school. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side.
Once I saw what they were doing, I knew I had to get here at the conference. This is probably the best conference or seminar I've ever been to in over 30 years of business.
You're not bored. You're awake, alive the whole time. It's not pushy. They don't try to sell you a bunch of things.
I was looking to learn how to just get control of my life, my schedule, and just get control of the business.
Planning your time, breaking it all down, making time for the F6 in your life, and just really implementing it and sticking with the program.
It's really lively. They're pretty friendly, helpful, very welcoming.
I attended a conference a couple months back, and it was really the best business conference I've ever attended.
At the workshop, I've learned a lot about time management, really prioritizing what's the most important.
Biggest takeaways are, you want to take a step-by-step approach to your business. Whether it's marketing, what are those 3 marketing tools that you want to use, to human resources.
Some of the most successful people and successful businesses in this town, their owners were here today because they wanted to know more from Clay, and I found that to be kind of fascinating.
The most valuable thing that I've learned is diligence. That businesses don't change overnight. It takes time and effort, and you got to go through the ups and downs of getting it to where you want to go.
He actually gives you the roadmap out. I was stuck, didn't know what to do, and he gave me the roadmap out step by step.
We've set up systems in the business that make my life much easier, allow me some time freedom.
Here you can ask any question you want. They guarantee it'll be answered.
This conference motivates me and also give me a lot of knowledge and tools.
It's up to you to do it. Everybody can do these things.
There's stuff that everybody knows, but if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it for you.
I can see the marketing working, and it's just an approach that makes sense.
Probably the most notable thing is just the income increase that we've had.
Everyone's super fun, it's super motivating. I've been here before, but I'm back again because it motivates me.
Your competition's going to come eventually, or try to pick up these tactics. So if you don't, somebody else will.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right?
So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood.
This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
If you decide to not attend the Thrive Time workshop, you're missing out on a great opportunity.
The atmosphere of Clay's office is very lively. You can feel the energy as soon as you walk through the door, and it really got me and my team very excited.
If you decide not to come, you're missing out on an opportunity to grow your business. Bottom line.
Love the environment. I love the way that Clay presents and teaches. It's a way that not only allows me to comprehend what's going on, but he explains it in a way to where it just makes sense.
The SEO optimization, branding, marketing. I've learned more in the last 2 days than I have the entire 4 years of college.
The most valuable thing that I've learned, marketing is key. Marketing is everything.
Making sure that you're branded accurately and clearly. How to grow a business using Google reviews, and then just how to optimize our name through our website also.
Helpful with a lot of marketing, search engine optimization, helping us really rank high in Google.
The biggest thing I needed to learn was how to build my foundation, how to systemize everything and optimize everything, build my SEO.
How to become more organized, more efficient.
How to make sure the business is really there to serve me as opposed to me constantly being there for the business.
New ways of advertising my business, as well as recruiting new employees.
Group interviews, number one. Before we felt like we were held hostage by our employees. Group interviews has completely eliminated that because you're able to really find the people that would really be the best fit.
Hands-on, how to hire people, how to deal with human resources, a lot about marketing, and overall just how to structure the business, how it works for me, and also then how that can translate into working better for my clients.
The most valuable thing I've learned here is time management.
I like the 1 hour of doing your business is real critical if I'm going to grow and change.
Play really teaches you how to navigate through those things and not only find freedom, but find your purpose in your business and find the purposes for all those other people that directly affect your business as well.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everyone needs to attend the conference because you get an opportunity to see that it's real.